Hi, this is Matthew Tait from Fork in the Road YouTube channel, your channel for transformation. Today, I'm continuing my What the Hell series. Today's What the Hell, well, my What the Hells are all about me and what I said when I first found out about these things, where I would ask myself the question, what the hell is that? Today, I'm focusing on what the hell is SDH. When I first found out about this, I was like, what the hell is SDH? And of course, then I eventually got trained in it as I first was exposed to it. So what is SDH? It is called self-directed healing. As the name suggests, it's a way of beginning to direct your own healing. It's a powerful technique which has embedded in it so many different skills and is something we all should be taught at school or when we're kids before we go and mess up our brains with a whole bunch of adult ideas. Self-directed healing was taught to me by a lady named Claire Besley, and Claire taught me her system. Now, this was a particularly powerful system because the week before I learnt Claire's method, I had learnt NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming. And Claire's system was perfect for me understanding how to grab together all this information and structure it so that the client has a big shift. So what is self-directed healing? Well, I'm making this video because it's going to help you shift what's really in your unconscious mind. What's trapped inside your body is a whole bunch of emotions. You see, everything that comes into our mind via our eyes and our ears and our taste and our smell creates feelings, thoughts and then feelings. And those thoughts and feelings can get trapped inside of our body if we are traumatized, upset, angry, and we can't let them out because our unconscious won't let us. Well, self-directed healing is a fabulous way of releasing those emotions. In particular, it has an amazing measuring technique where the practitioner will ask you lots of questions, and those questions will indicate very quickly where you can start to work on releasing out of your own unconscious mind. The whole point is releasing old emotions. The whole point is ending any suffering, because our emotions are what lead to all kinds of illnesses. The simplest example I could imagine might be anger equals usually cancer. It'll be some sort of repressed anger or resentment that always ends up in your cancer type illnesses. It's that resentment of the person or that anger of what happened to you. And if you don't let that out, it can eat you alive. So self-directed healing is a super, super powerful technique. So you find out what's going on inside you. You find out where it lives in your body. And then you release it out of the body to get it out of your system. And you fully feel it. I think Claire's tagline is, you have to feel it to heal it. Basically, we have to let go of these emotions. And then Claire takes you on a journey through her system and through anyone who is a self-directed healing practitioner. And will take you on a journey back to where did this come from? What was it that happened? And what was the meaning that you placed over that? It's basically accessing your own unconscious mind. I love this system because it has some extra elements in it to some of the other methods I've learnt. One of those is fantastic measurement at the start to really let you know what's shifted and what hasn't. A whole series of questions where you give marks out of 10. And it's an unbelievable calibration method. Once you've figured out where you're at, you go through the process, and at the other end, you measure yourself at the end. Well, the practitioner will measure you, should I say. And it's always, every 100% of the time, there's a big shift somewhere in the big items. And what's great is the client can choose, well, I want to work on that one today because, oh, that's quite high, yeah, I feel that in the body, and off they go and they can do the healing. Another thing I find particularly just so useful is inner child work. You see, Claire's embedded in this process an amazing inner child system where you can go in and talk to yourself in that age. And as you talk to yourself at the age, you might be 6 years of age when you picked up an anger issue or a sadness, or maybe you picked up that you weren't enough. And at 6 years of age, you can go back to yourself as an adult to look after yourself and help heal yourself. Speaking of which, the cockatoos are flying over right now. I seem to have a swarm of them right now. There's about 20 of them in the air. Anyway, healing yourself. So it's all about healing that inner child and what it needed back then. You see, one thing I try and get across in these videos is that it's your inner child who's running the show. The analogy or the metaphor I often use is that if you jumped on a bus tomorrow in your local area on the public transport system and a 6-year-old was driving the bus, would you get on? I wouldn't. I'm not letting a 6-year-old drive me anywhere. But we let our 6-year-old drive our unconscious mind without any thought because we don't know what's happening. This is the power of self-directed healing. I believe in this method because I use it as a practitioner, I've used it in my sessions, and I have helped so many people release out old things from their body. That conscious awareness is half the battle, I think, because we don't even know it's there. So it makes you conscious about what's there. It gives you a method by once you've practiced it, you can start to release out of the body these old emotions. And the memories will come up and you can release those too. Holding on to the good stuff and letting go of the things that don't serve you. It's a fabulous technique because it's got a structure to it, which I needed at the beginning of my coaching and healing career. And so if you're looking to release things out of the body, understand what's going in the mind, give your inner child some inner healing, self-directed healing is super powerful. It's helped me so much as I approached this as a client, and now I was so impressed that I went back and learnt it as a practitioner. So go and check out Claire's work, Claire Besley. She's a fabulous practitioner, and her self-directed healing method brings together a whole range of amazing technologies or methods and really weaves it into a really specific process. So I highly encourage, go and check it out. I find it so valuable for myself. I find it so valuable to help other people. And I find it so helpful to understand what is hidden away in your unconscious that needs shifting, that is causing you suffering, that is not working for you. Go check it out. My name's Matthew Tait. Self-directed healing, release those emotions. This is Fork in the Road YouTube channel.